Good afternoon, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I am Nisa Chodal, and my student ID is 4114406. Our group is from Stream 3, and we are group number 4. We are altogether 6 members in our group. Today, we are excited to present our design thinking solution in collaboration with Capgemini, focusing how AI can support healthcare professionals without replacing them. To kick off our journey, Joe will walk us through the 5C framework and how we frame the challenges based on user needs.
Thank you, Nisha. Let's start by understanding the broader context of using the 5C framework. We start with the common ground, where we understand that Capgemini is already a key partner in AI transformation across public sectors. For our complication, we are concerned that nurses and paramedics often lack proper AI training and confidence in using these AI tools. Our concern, this skill gap not only delays and AI adoption, but puts lives at risk and worsens staff burnouts. Our course of action uses design thinking to explore and test solutions that meet a user needs. And hopefully, our contribution is a scalable, immersive solution that boosted trust, confidence, and AI readiness in paramedics. Next is our how might we statement. We reframe the challenge into a how might we statement. How might we design accessible scenario based AI training for nurses and emergency personnel that builds confidence, support workflows, and foster trust in a clinical decision making? Next up is our research tool. I'll start off by using the tool Engage. To understand user need, we use empathy mapping and different secondary research and primary research. We have uncovered key pain points like technology confusion, poor communication, and emotional toll on emergency work. We develop a user persona that represent a paramedic who want not just tools but support, safety, and real-time insight when it matters most. Now we have engaged with our user and are defined the core challenge. Sean will take us through on how we evaluate those insights and explore solutions opportunities.
Thanks, Sui. So, with the user insights clearly mapped, our next step was to evaluate and prioritize solution ideas. We began our analysis by clustering data from surveys and interviews using affinity mapping. There were five major themes emerging. Number one was confidence. Staff lacked trust in AI outputs and wanted reassurance through reliable training. Number two was transparency. Users demanded clarity on how AI makes decisions and uses data. Number three was ethics. Concerns were raised about privacy, autonomy, and the human role in final decisions. Number four was training. There was a strong demand for hands on role specific upskilling instead of theoretical briefings. And number five was willingness. Despite skepticism, many users expressed openness to AI if introduced thoughtfully. These themes allowed us to reframe a problem as a how might we statement. How might we design accessible and scenario based AI training for nurses and emergency personnel that builds confidence, supports workflow, and fosters trust in clinical decision making? This became a foundation for ideation. Now, for our ideation process, using structured brainstorming, we generated over 20 concept ideas ranging from onboarding modules, MPM mentoring, to immersive simulation platforms. To filter and refine these ideas, we use two design thinking tools: the PERM matrix to compare shortlisted solutions against specific user focused criteria, the impact effort matrix to identify ideas that were both high impact and feasible. This combination ensured we balanced innovation with practicality. In this slide, we present the results of a Pew matrix, which helped us objectively evaluate and compare our shortlisted concepts. We used five key criteria, all directly drawn from a user research. Number one is user acceptance, how well users would receive the solution. Number two is workflow integration, whether the solution fits into the past into the fast-paced nature of emergency services. Number 3 is learning effectiveness. Does it truly help the users gain confidence and skills? Number 4 is feasibility. Can it realistically be implemented using current technology and resources? And number 5 is scalability. Can it grow across different hospitals or systems? A highest scoring concept was the scenario based AI training simulation, which with a total score of 24. It ranked highest across nearly event criterion, especially user acceptance and learning effectiveness. Second place went to peer mentoring program, which was strong in trust building and low cost scalability, but scored lower on immersive learning. And finally, we have a three-way tie for the third place between AI microlearning app, co-designed AI protocols, and embedded microlearning at workstations. All these scored well but lacked the comprehensive depth and integration offered by our top concept. This tool helped us choose a solution that is not only desirable but also feasible and scalable. The final filtering was done using impact effort matrix. This allowed us to quickly identify solutions that were high in potential but low in implementation barriers. The scenario based AI training platform clearly landed in the top right quadrant, high impact, low effort. It stood out because it combined user trust, workflow fit, and scalability with relatively low onboarding complexity. Among the top ideas, we identified the scenario based AI training tool as a main solution. Bayer will now expand on, on this concept and how we plan to bring it to life.
Thank you, Sean. So, building on those ideation outcomes, we explored how Capgemini could implement this concept using an immersive learning partner. So, to address the real gap in the scenario based training, we proposed a collaboration between the Capgemini and the Tailspin. And Tailspin is a company and the leader in the immersive learning, and it's already offering an VR based training for the healthcare. And their platform recreates and real life situations to build the decision making confidence and then the soft skills. So, by integrating Capgemini's AI models with the Tailspin's VR tools, we aim to create an AI powered training system tailored for the emergency scenarios. So, how will this collaboration actually look in the practice? And that bring us to the prototype section. So here's what our prototype looks like, and it's an hands-on, realistic virtual training platform where clinicals can respond to an AI-generated emergency prompts within the VR set, and they can also log their confidence levels and get the real-time feedback from the training, and refine their decision making in the safer space. So this tool is mainly designed to build trust in AI through the repeated exposure and the simulation. Now let's briefly summarize the value of our concept using the napkin page framework. So why does our concept matter and why it's valuable? Because we are targeting the frontline staff such as like nurses, paramedics, and dispatchers who often feels hesitated around the AI. And this immersive platform can build trust and reduce the fear for them, and it also gives them the confidence to act when it comes to the real deal. And most importantly, it's feasible using the Tailspin's existing technology, and it's also scalable across the hospitals using the licensing approach. And it also aligns with the Capgemini's commitment and adds practical value to the public emergency services, especially in the healthcare. So, with a clear vision in place, Prashant will now explain how this idea can be executed with the Capgemini's infrastructure and what budget considerations can be applied.
Thanks, Baya. Now let's focus on the implementation strategy and resource analysis planning. To implement our AI training platform, we have designed a clear three-step strategy with Tailspin. Phase one is design and building. Over the first 3 months, we co-develop realistic modules like stroke and cardiac arrest responses with frontline staff and ensure the system integration smoothly and securely. Phase two is for month 4 to 6 is pilot testing in a selected hospital. We'll gather feedback on users' confidence and a workflow fit to refine the platform. Phase three is scale up, and after improvement, we will roll out the tool more widely with Capgemini providing tech support and changing management. The total cost is about 550,000 Australian dollar, covering development, integration, testing, and expansion. It is a practical phase approach that leverage Capgemini's strength and align with healthcare priorities. Now, Tao will assess our solution using the DVF framework and summarizing the tool we have applied.
Thank Prashant. Let's assess how well our ideas score in terms of desirability, viability, and feasibility. From our research and feedback, it's clear that frontline staff are seeking more immersive and practical training solutions. They see simulated-based AI training as a way to build real trust in AI technology, not just understand them conceptually, but experience how they work in real-life context. From a business standpoint, the model is highly viable. Licensing provides a stream of recurring revenue, and thanks to Capgemini global infrastructure, it's also scalable, so we can roll this out across multiple markets without significant costs. Finally, it's feasible. We are leveraging tools and technology already developed by Capgemini and Tailspin. This means we can build and deploy the solution quickly while keeping costs and risk low. We started with the 5C framework to understand the context, giving a strong strategic foundation. We apply empathy mapping to better understand the frontline staff, their goals, frustrations, and motivation. From there, we develop persona to represent typical user and ensure our solution stay user-centered. We use affinity mapping to organize our research insight and identify patterns in the feedback we gather. This leads us to focus on how might we question we frame the challenge in a way that sparks creativity. We then move into ideation with brainstorming, followed by the impact effort matrix to prioritize feasible and high impact ideas. We summarize our concept using a napkin pitch, a quick and compelling way to communicate the value of our idea. Finally, we wrap up with a DVF evaluation, assessing whether our solutions are desirable, viable, and feasible. To conclude our presentation, Nisha will summarize the impact of our proposed solution.
Thank you so much. As you have seen, our team has developed a practical and scalable solution that address real-life frontline needs using our design thinking approach. At the end, I would like to thank you all the team member of my group for this amazing presentation. We appreciate your time and welcome any question you may have. Thank you so much.